Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you, first of all. But I hope you guys all had a great Christmas with your family. And then also remember that, you should take these weekends or this long vacation from trading, from looking at charts, from anything, because, at the end of the day, family is extremely important, and you have to take as much time as possible, because the charts are always going to be here, whether you miss a day or two or three or a week. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be the exact same thing as soon as you come back, right? Maybe a couple of movements here and there, but for the most part, take a break. It's completely fine. Take a break. Go break for a week. Go hang out with your family. With that being said, please make sure to give me a like. It definitely helps push my content out to other people that might enjoy it as much as you guys. And with that being said, let's start in the video. Um, after yesterday's session, after we opened yesterday at around, I think, 3 p.m., we did start moving pretty hard to the upside. We actually popped super hard here, and we're trading currently just sideways on this range here. We really, all we've done really is just trade sideways. We actually did just break to the low end here, so I would 100% be looking at shorts, because we look at SPY, right? More than likely we are going to have a gap opening here between roughly 382ish, 383. Also, depending on where we open, right? At highs, SPY was closer to 385 today, right? At highs, SPY was closer to 385, but you do have that open gap at like 383 or so. So I can definitely see it coming back down today to 383 to fill that gap, because usually when it's smaller gaps like that, SPY doesn't really like leaving them open. But again, I'm still completely bullish, right? Completely bullish. You closed a bullish day on last Friday, and I think you're continuing the push from here. And actually, I'm actually looking for a 40, like 406, 407 on price range. We actually have a similar close here from when we closed the daily, right? So from lows, right, you went from lows to highs. You ran up around $25, $26 in about 6 days. And I'm expecting the same kind of movement here for us. So $26 in about 6 days. So 26 bucks. Let me see. There we go. $26 in about 6 days. 26 bucks. There you go. So this week I am looking for a over 400 price tag. I'm looking for a 402 with a SPY. That's roughly maybe like a 400, 401. So I am looking at us going back to trend up here. Definitely at 402 sometime by the end of this week. Again, the week is also looking to be a little bit more on the weak side. Again, it's going to be the first trading day, so this can always change, and we can always drop extremely hard. A little bit longer term on the 3 hour here, I more than likely will take the short. So again, I do expect us to maybe come down to 380, to where that gap was at 383 for SPY. Hope maybe. If it's going to hold, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% positive if it is. But because we have that gap at 383, I can definitely see range being 383 to back at 387. So that $4 range is definitely what I'm looking for today. If we break this trading range, which seems like we definitely can, but you're already trading under that range here, right? You have this low in the Darvis box. Whoops. There we go. So you do have this low. I'll throw it a little bit lower there on the wick, just because, why not? But this is your trading range for now, right? 386 to highs of 387. You might, here, I would more than likely long all of this, but on the 3 hour, right? So here's what I would do, right? So on the 15 minutes, so like this, I'd probably long all this here. So this is how I would play like both sides, right? So this immediately, I would long all of this right now. And I would long it back to probably like here, where there's a bunch of support or a bunch of resistance, right? Immediately pick up a 4-to-1, like 4-to-1 on art, right? So I'll risk like $1 to make $4. And I would immediately take this long. Take it from 386 back up to here. If I get stopped out, that doesn't matter, because that means that you're actually let me see if I can put this lower. I'll put it like around there. I'll put it there, stop loss, because that's where the wick low here is on the 15-minute. So if I get stopped out here, I don't care, because I don't want to be part of the trade anyways. But I'm also going to be shorting the trade, or shorting SPX in about 9 minutes, because we're actually closing a perfect 3-hour entry. You didn't break the highs up here, and you're still under a major resistance zone, which is 390, right? So short term, I'll definitely be shorting this and seeing if this range actually breaks. and we can actually run, a short-term trade here. So I'd actually do this. I'll take this trade here on this 3 hour, probably put this a little bit up here, and then run this all the way down either to 381 for my first TP. Second TP would probably be around like under 380. So again, this would net a 5-to-1 RR. So immediately in like 8 minutes, I'd probably take a short. And then right now, I'd immediately take a long to actually see if this actually pushes to the upside, which I don't think it will. I actually think it's going to keep pushing to the low side, especially with, you see that right there? That's a big candle right there on SPY or SPX. So it doesn't really live, and there you go. Pretty sure the dollar started its range back up to 104. So I'll probably take that short and the long as well, just to see what happens, because we are at the bottom of that range. But again, I am expecting this whole range to be today roughly from 387 down to 383. That's probably gonna be my range for today. Like I said, especially with that gap. NASDAQ is looking exactly the same. I really wouldn't be surprised if it's starting to come down. There you go. You're back under 11,000. I can definitely see us going back on the NASDAQ to like 10.9. It's been leading the way, most days. So I can definitely see it coming back. Overall, still bullish on the market. You did close a daily bullish trigger last Friday, like I said. And currently right now you are, 384. You're about $2 above close price. So you're still pretty bullish, right? And at peak high, you were at 387. So you did close at 384. You went all the way up to 387. So roughly a $3 push. You're still at a $2 push from the close. Still bullish, right? And if we look at Renko, chart type, this is something that I only show my Patreon members. If we look at the Renko, right, you're still technically on that hour trigger, right? You haven't closed a bear trigger. So technically you should still be in longs for sure. The daily is looking really funky right now. Again, the last time we closed a daily bear trigger, right, you came down from 407 to 390. So you came down about $17 again. Possibly the same from 400, 380, like 381-ish, 380. So roughly, it's looking like the same thing. But again, longer term, I am definitely more bullish than bearish, especially because of that daily. Damn, how'd I get out of... There we go. Man, I am not clicking on stuff today. Chart type, candles. There you go. See, it's a big 1 hour candle. The 15 hour, like I said, it looks like it wants to break. Not sure yet. But I would definitely be taking that short now. And then I would also be taking the long just in case to hedge. But again, starting to fill that gap on the dollar, right? If this pushes all the way up here, you're probably going to see a 383 SPY. And then again, looking at Bitcoin, same thing. Bitcoin looks like it's going to have that dump. You're going to be closing a bear trigger soon. It does look like you're going to come back to 15.7. And again, I still think you have one more drop before you actually start running to the upside. And I think you can do 15.7 again and then possibly moon like to the upside. Ethereum, I haven't really checked Ethereum in a bit, but Ethereum, again, same thing. You're right on trend. You did break trend a little bit, but I would like to see a big candle be created, a big bullish candle be created over trend just to see it actually work. But in this case, I would actually like to see a weekly candle be created above this major trend right here. But again, it looks the same thing. Ethereum looks like the same. BTC looks the same. I got a request for Tesla to do a TA, so we can look at Tesla. Tesla looks disgusting. I actually really thought it was gonna bounce from 120, like 125 or 126. The support, because that's usually what it does, right? Even a little bit. Usually bounces a little bit when it hits a new support. It didn't do that. So this thing, I can almost guarantee you guys this thing's going down to $90. It looks pretty bad. So Tesla, I can definitely see it going back down to $90. I don't know. I'm still a little bit more bullish on Tesla. I still think it can maybe just wick down here and then push up super hard. It's funky that it's dropping this hard, this fast. So that I don't think that it can keep this up, a lot, because it's been dropping for consistently, I don't know, without like really any recovery for December 12th to like over 10 days now. There's really been no recovery. I would actually argue that it's been dropping since the beginning of December without any recovery. I wouldn't call this a real recovery at all. So I'd say it's from the beginning of December, from like a 200 price tag or like 200 strike, it's just kept going down. It's got to recover at some point at least. But as of right now, because you do have like full 4 hour candles, you probably have a full daily candle. Yeah, full daily candle under support. I would definitely say that, 90% chance you're going down to $90 in like the next couple weeks or something. Would not be surprised if you actually keep dumping towards earnings. But again, I would still be careful. I would probably wait to short this, since it's probably really expensive to short it. I'd probably wait because it actually closed a 4 hour bullish trigger last Friday. So I'd wait to short this, maybe see if it trades sideways a little bit, maybe comes up a little bit, and then probably short it down. But as of right now, Tesla looks kind of gross. It doesn't really look like it's going to recover all that much. I really thought it was going to bounce off that 120 like something support. And I got another request for Disney. Disney looks pretty solid. I'd actually take the long here. I'd take the long here 100%. I mean, last time we actually ran from lows of 86 to $100. So I'd say we're kind of around the same range. I do think it's probably not going to go as high, not as high, as you do have kind of like a trend here, sort of, not a big one, but I can definitely see Disney from here, creating lows and pushing up to something like a $94, $95 or so. I'd give it maybe like another week or two, but this definitely looks like it definitely looks like it double bottomed, and it closed the bullish day right there, and it definitely looks like it's gonna keep pushing towards the upside, closer to like a 94, 95 strike. So yeah, I don't really need to do too much TA on Disney. It definitely looks like it's gonna rebound from here, or at least push shorter term to the upside. Like I said, nice double bottom, push to the upside. Actually, another ticker that I saw with the double bottom was actually the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, Apple. Apple looks like it did a really good double bottom on the 4 hour. Pretty easy pattern to catch here, especially on Apple. I definitely say Apple minimum is probably going to close that gap at 135. After that, I don't know where it's going to go. But keep in mind, the last time it closed a perfect entry on the daily, you went from lows of 134, let's go with 135, to 153, right? And you ended up pushing like that in what? Whoops. You ended up pushing in what? You ended up pushing like $19 in 11 days. You might end up doing the same thing here, right? $19 in 11 days. $19. It's perfect. Look at that. Right up to 148 support, or 149 really. So yeah, Apple looks super solid right now. The last time it had anything kind of close to this, you kept pushing. And if anything, I'd say this close is actually looks better than that one, right? So I definitely see us going back minimum to at least trend, right, at 143, 144, or at least at $20 with it by January 3rd. So I would probably, if I was gonna play this, I'd probably get like shares or calls for like maybe mid-January, late January. Seems like it would play out pretty well. From here all the way back up to, like I said, 143, 144 to like 149. So with that being said, SPY still bullish, not really bearish at all. Still gonna take those shorts. Let's see, did it break? I think it is breaking. Yeah, it broke. It broke range. Yeah, it's breaking range. So it's breaking those lows. So I'm going to take that short. This thing's probably going to go back and fill that gap today, maybe. But I'm going to take that short. I'm going to run it. And again, 383 to 387 is roughly the range. If it can actually bounce up hard from here and stay within this range, that'd be super great. But it doesn't really look like it's going to do that. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Still bullish on SPY. Still pretty bullish that it's going to go to like $400, $400 plus this week. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.